Happy New Year. That sounds like a new Ukrainian joke, you know. It was the closest the motherfuckers ever got to my house. All the boundaries of like good Christina are crossed. Quite a day, quite a day. You can bomb all you want, but you will never destroy the spirit of these people. Like if you will not hear me and you know that there was an attack, well, that's when you should start worrying. If you hear from me, then all is kosher.
How is it? How is your new year? What happens today in Kyiv?
Well, you know, it was the closest the motherfuckers ever got to my house. I'm sorry, you can cut the word out if you like, but
I will not.
it doesn't matter. Fear, the anger was really, really overwhelming. And in fact, right before uh, the massive bombing happened right across from our home in Protasiv Yar. You've probably seen the visuals with the crater and the fire happening. Well, voila. Uh, my son, my 7-year-old son, went with his grandpa to buy bread across the street. And I had no idea what is with them, where are they, They went to buy bread to make sandwiches, it's like New Year, we have to eat something. And so the panic, and being a mother, you will understand that when, I always have my baby next to me, we're traveling, miles and miles across Ukraine with our 7-year-old. And here, at this very moment, when the missile hits right across from our house, my son is not at home. It's not with us. I cannot take him down to the, basement and so on. So the panic was so strong that, I was all shaking. So this is literally how I felt. And then the second wave was just hatred, just hatred. But then, thinking over this, finally Mark came with grandpa and we rushed him into the bomb shelter because we have our own, and put everyone safe there. And then, I was thinking over that and I said, no, I'm going to waste my time hating you. I'm not going to waste my time hating you. I'm going to put that time to saying that this is the time to act, because, today I had enough. It's not because it's New Year. I mean, we've been expecting that, okay? Like it's their favorite game, and you and I spoke about it previously, right? But this is the time to act. So, all the boundaries of like good Christina are crossed. And I don't care if I will, preach to the masses, and if they will hate me for it. I know I'm already on the blacklist in Russia, and that doesn't bother me a bit. But, I will do everything so that the world would wake up and finally act instead of watching us die. Be it on New Year, be it on Christmas, be it, any Monday, any Tuesday, killing kids, killing people. I mean, today, imagine this, okay? This is like a double whammy, so to say. The missile hits right across from our house, okay? Everything is shaking, trembling. I mean, it's incredible. It was never that close. It hit the power station near us, but never so close. And then the next one hits the building right across from Mark's school, which is a hotel building. Harmless, pathetically harmless hotel building with civilians. And then the blow goes and blasts away Mark's school's bomb shelter. Bomb shelter. Yes, which is the Ukrainian music center, whatever you call it. I don't quite know the exact name. So all that's Preslavinska Street. Okay, so all this is happening like on one side of our house and on the other side of our house, and we're like caught in the middle of this, apocalypse now. So this apocalyptic kind of vision. But imagine children's bomb shelter, children's school bomb shelter being, blown. School damaged because of the building across from the school, which was harmless hotel, blown to pieces. What's the freaking message? And this is happening while Putin is making his, speech to the soldiers for winning nothing on the battlefield, and that's just, it just brought to my mind this thing like, well, these supposed to be places of safety for kids. They're not anymore. And you're nowhere safe in Ukraine. And if you guys think you're safe in the world, you're wrong. You're wrong. I mean, you went to, I don't know, fight in Afghanistan, fight in Iraq, where democratic values were never at the highest. Here, the country protecting democracy, protecting Western values against terror, against the state that you all admittedly acknowledged officially as a terrorist state, and you do nothing. You just watch us die. So what's wrong with that picture? It just started coming to my mind, like, what's wrong with that picture? I'm an American. Okay, well, I'm trying to understand that. Why we went to Afghanistan, why we went to Iraq, and why we went to Serbia when the genocide was happening, right? In the middle of Europe. Here we have Ukraine in the middle of Europe, and we do nothing. We do nothing. So don't we learn from the mistakes of the past, from the World War II, where we had, thousands of Jews being massacred and killed and gassed in, camps in Poland, while the world was pretending like, well, it's New Year, I don't want to think about that. It's happening somewhere in Poland, until Pearl Harbor happened. So we think that with players like like Iran, with players like China, with players like North Korea, with players like Russia, they're not going to come to you. They're not going to cross the ocean. They're not going to bomb any country in Europe. You're wrong. And if Ukraine fails right now, rest assured, they will go further, because the only thing they understand is strength and power. And the only thing they're scared of is unity. So as I said before, when we spoke, how friend are you? How brother are you to Ukraine? How strongly do you stand for your democratic principles? Are you willing to go shoulder to shoulder and show what you really believe in? Or are you just gonna like preach to the masses and say we're democracy and we're with you, but we're not, kind of thing? Here's a new toy for you, here's some money, go buy a new PlayStation? Or are you gonna come and show your love? That's my point. That's what I want to deliver to you. And if you think that World War III hasn't begun, it has begun when Russia crossed that border in February. And if you don't realize that, well, you're just, preaching to the choir. But what I want to say, actually, I want to say something to Putin. Can I say something to Putin? Is that okay? Yeah, well, I can, yeah, I think he speaks English, right? He will understand me, being a good KGB boy that he is. But, I've been nice long enough. I tried not to cross boundaries and go personal, but this has just crossed. So hey there. So we can all deliver that message together. What I want to say, like, look at my face. Putin, look at my face. Look at me laugh. Look at me laugh. And look at all Ukraine laugh at you in your pathetic actions that you're trying to do as a coward, because Ukrainian spirit, you can bomb all you want, but you will never destroy the spirit of these people. You will never destroy this nation, no matter how hard you will try. You're just making us stronger. You're making Ukraine stronger. You're making its allies stronger by doing what you're doing because you are pathetic. You were born a very small man. You live as a very small man, and you will die as a very small man. And you will have to deal with that complex, and you will have to deal with those issues of yours. But your death will be very painful, very shameful, and will come very soon. So if you think that what you're doing right now next to my house, my son's school, and his bomb shelter, where he sits almost every day as I try to get him back home from school because that's how his studies go recently, you're wrong. You just make us stronger, really. And we will keep on laughing in your face, and we will keep on fighting. We will keep on defending the world, defending democracy. This is not just Ukraine's war anymore. Wake up and smell the roses. Happy New Year.